Welcome to the Sleazy Podcast, the podcast about anything and everything, but mostly TV and movies. And now it's time to get sleazy.
All right, it's the Sleazys.
So I'm gonna have to change it to like my morning ringtone. It's just so uplifting and inspirational.
It
Very
was.
epic.
It was an Oscars intro. I figured I'd steal it for the time being.
So spiritual and enlightening.
Dun 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 dun. Makes you think Rob was born on a planet and landed here, and he's got magical powers to fuck everything up.
Right.
But I never learned how to do it.
He never got his license to.
He's got
use his
powers.
superpowers.
He has powers, but
Right.
Not that kind.
He's got shitty powers.
Yeah.
He can leap short couches in a single bound.
But this is, technically episode 93, but this is dedicated to the Sleazys. This is the award show without any of the buzz, celebrities, no dress code.
nothing.
Yep.
we should let Hot Sauce make the statuette though, since he's got experience making trophies.
Trophies.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Okay.
The Sleazy, the award nobody wants.
Yeah, that might be a problem.
Yeah, well, I don't think we want to be sending out dildos to everybody.
No.
That might be frowned upon.
Large male appliances.
But I have the full crew here today. Today I said, not tonight, because it's Saturday. Last night was Valentine's Day.
If you're into that.
Yeah, if you're into that, whatever. We got Robzilla here,
Hello.
Mr. PBS,
Yay.
and we got Hot Sauce.
I just want to comment, Mr. Dismissive over there. Yeah, if you're into that, as he bought his female companion gifts.
I'm not into that though.
No, not buying into that at all. It's cheaper,
I'm into buying myself some candy.
it's cheaper to keep her, buddy.
I love them Reese Hearts.
Today's the day to get them, too.
Mm-hmm. Half off.
Yeah, candy is half off today.
Yep.
But normally there really isn't a whole lot of candy left over on.
Sweetheart Hearts.
Yeah.
I think people are like stores are trying to get better at cutting back. There's they're changing over displays like the day.
Yeah,
of.
I saw an Easter display up yesterday.
Yeah, they've started. I had maybe right after Christmas, I think. People come in the next day like, where's all that marked down candy? Because some years, you have carts and carts full of it. I'm like,
Right.
It's gone. They got rid of it already.
Done.
They start marking it down before the holiday now.
I bet they want to strangle you. Like what?
They were in there at like 6:30 in the morning, 7 in the morning. Like, you got any of that candy? I'm like, nope.
Ready for it. Looking
No,
for it.
there is no more candy, people.
How's
Please
Kyle-
exit the premises.
As Kyle laughs, there's no more candy.
I was right up front building something and telling them that, like, yep, sorry, this is it right here. This little cart of some dinky, whatever, like you said, sweet tarts or something.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody want any of that.
I do. I'll buy those. I like the Sweetheart Hearts.
You're like, please leave.
Yeah, bitch, yeah.
So I've got my phone hooked up to the soundboard, so hopefully that works out a lot better, even though my phone times out. So I don't feel like going in and changing it.
Is it plugged into power?
No, it's a little USB Type-C adapter
Oh, okay.
going to the headphone thing to the mixer.
Little dongle.
Yeah, because we don't have
Little dongle. We
We-
don't believe in headphone jacks anymore.
that $500 mixer that goes through Bluetooth or whatever. That thing is sweet though. It's like a Rhodes something, I think.
That's the fancy gear.
Yeah. So
Maybe if Rob gets that bonus, he can chip some money in for it.
Yeah.
we were like,
Shit.
fuck your bonus, Rob. It's all going to the show. He'd be like, but
Oh, never mind. We're good.
I monitor the recording because it doesn't, it stops sometimes.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah. Right. All right. So we ready to get this going?
Sure.
Yes, we are.
What award do we want to go with first of all?
I feel like you should do the picture, actor, and actress last.
Okay. We can work with that.
Do the best picture, the best actor, the best actress last.
All right. So let's just do supporting actor.
Or you just get them out of the way now. People can stop listening. Like, all right, I got it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's yeah.
We'll have like a follow-up show for the technical awards.
Do
All right.
those first. Do the big three first, and then just stop the recording. Like,
Right.
yeah, we're done. Or just let it go silent air for like 10 minutes, and then just shut it down.
Like, you got what you came here for.
So we've got a lot of categories. Some are similar to the Golden Globes and Oscars, and some aren't. So just to point that out. Let's see here. Do I want to do this on my tablet, or do I want to keep looking over and being like, oh, this award goes to...
What was the one a couple years ago where they said the wrong thing? The best picture, like Moonlight or something. Well, they had to come like, sorry, we actually meant.
Yeah.
Well, they gave it to, was it Moonlight 1? And they gave it to somebody else?
I
or
forget exactly what. I don't watch the Oscars that much anymore.
They fucked it up bad. That's all I know.
But it wasn't Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
I've said before that ever since that year, like 14 or whatever, when Gyllenhaal didn't get nominated for Nightcrawler, it's like I don't even watch that stuff anymore. I watch the clips later and see who won, but that's about it.
Yeah, I don't like to watch them live. It just takes too long. And
I only need like the last half hour, and we're like Hot Sauce said it. I need like the best picture, actor, actress, the in memoriam. That's all I really want.
that's all you really want.
The stars that we lost this year, the little 20-minute tribute of everybody that passed away.
Honestly, they could just give me that, and then
That's
like
all you want.
and then just put just put it in text who won everything. That's all.
They could just give you that, huh?
Yeah.
They could make it a half-hour show, do a little intro skit for about 10 minutes, do a 20-minute memorial, but during the entire half hour, it's displaying on a ticker like school closings when
Right.
there's bad
Yeah.
weather.
Best picture.
It
best
just
actress.
just scrolls through. It says category and the nominees and then the winner. You know.
Yeah.
All right, so best actor, best supporting actor, I should say. Let's get this under control here. Chris
The nominees
Evans.
are
Yes. Chris Evans for Knives Out.
It was nice to see him play an asshole again. He hasn't.
It was
hasn't done
great.
that in a while.
Yeah.
It's really refreshing.
John Favreau, Spider-Man Far From Home.
Happy.
This was just
Happy.
we kind of threw him in there. I think anybody who watches movies knows he's not going to win.
Yeah.
I like. He had that nice little speech about how, you're the next Tony or whatever. That was a good moment. Nice, feel good.
he's the next Tony.
Yeah.
Tony's gone? Why would we need the next Tony?
Spoiler alert.
Fucking god damn it.
If you haven't seen Endgame by now, I don't care.
Yeah, fuck you. You're done if you haven't seen that.
And he was trying to get with Aunt May. So
Yes.
All right. Ian McShay, John Wick 3.
you know my thoughts on John Wick 3. So I'll leave it at that.
You didn't like it, did you?
It's not that I didn't like it. It just wasn't as good as the first two.
You're a cocksucker.
He is.
My lady, she's a John Wick fan. She got
Really?
bored with it. Yeah,
She got bored with it?
yeah.
Why? What did she
She
say?
just didn't like it.
Really?
She's not a big Halle Berry fan either, so that didn't help.
Interesting.
And she's a John Wick fan.
Yeah, she loves 1 and 2.
All right. Brad Pitt, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Don't let the Mexicans see you cry.
Don't. Al Pacino, The Irishman.
Jimmy Hoffa.
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 And we've got Joe Pesci, The Irishman.
He should get the awards for least profanity. Did he even curse in that movie? I'm sure he had. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think maybe
he
cussed
did.
like
He
once,
had
but
to have done something.
yeah.
And then we've got Don Johnson, Knives Out. So we had 2 from Knives Out, 2 from The Irishman.
Don Johnson has had some good roles the last 5 years or whatever, and kind of doing his thing. Nash Bridges.
I like him in the comedy.
Yeah,
He seems to shine in comedy.
he's always. I think he's always had good timing on the comedies and that kind of thing.
All
And the
right.
winner is
The winner. Drum roll.
It's Brad Pitt, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
he.
thought
Really,
he-
he kind of stole the show.
He did. And he didn't just steal the show from anybody. He stole the show from Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah. Because you're Rick fucking Dalton.
I enjoyed. He gave a nice little his acceptance speech because he won the Oscar, talking about how he got the Oscar for playing a stunt person, and that they should really make that a category. That's been like a big to do over the last couple of years. How they need to make stunts into an actual category.
There's not a stunt category?
not
Really?
for the Oscars. I think some of the other awards might have best stunt person. It's kinda
Really?
like, it's kind of like a big thing that where
Yeah,
I
that
think-
seems
like that'd be like the thing you'd want to watch. Like, give me the clip show of like the best stunts. You know, people be like, you know, when it's a person doing stunts, that's really cool. It's not just CGI jumping onto a pad or something. I think that'd be a fan favorite category kind of dealing.
Interesting.
So way to go, Bradley Pitt.
Yeah, that's
Bradley.
I think he's cleared out as best supporting actor in like everything.
Yeah.
So, because he got a Golden Globe and then he
Yeah.
got the Oscar too. So
That's a tough one. Like I've always said, like how do you pick who's the lead and who's the supporting, especially in like an ensemble movie. Mm-hmm. You know, I think Leo was definitely the lead in that one, but it's close. They both had a good deal of screen time.
yeah, I mean it was pretty even. If not, maybe he'd even had more because the story was kind of revolving around him. And,
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on, we're going to go on to best supporting actress.
Hey,
So-
ladies.
You guys, I told you this was a stretch to kind of like go out and find this. There wasn't a lot of like movies with strong women in it. I thought this year, and I'm kind of bummed about that because I like the movie.
Charlie's Angels.
No, it wasn't.
That's
No. We're talking good movies,
Oh, okay. All right.
Somebody
shitty
hit the
entertaining movies.
somebody hit the Price is Right sad trombone.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think I downloaded that on this board yet. I have a sad violin here somewhere. There we go.
Nah.
Little too wistful.
Sounds like a fucking Zelda game. Where's the sword?
Ocarina.
We have time.
All right, so the nominees are Zendaya, Spider-Man: Far From Home.
MJ.
She doesn't. I looked at her IMDb profile, and it just says Zendaya. Like she's
just
like
goes
Prince.
with
That's
Yeah.
her screen or her stage name or whatever.
Yeah. Rebecca Ferguson, Dr. Sleep.
Rose the Hat.
That's right. Kylie Curran, Dr. Sleep.
Abra. Who names their kid Abra, though? That's what I want to know.
That was one of the weirdest fucking things ever. Like I'm watching that, going, "Her what? At what?
They called her Abby or whatever.
What?"
Jamie Lee Curtis, Knives Out.
It's kind of fun to see because she played like the bitchy daughter in a way.
She did.
You know,
she did.
She's kind of been doing. She does that good. She's been kind of, you know, she was Laurie Strode again a couple years ago and all that. It's nice to see her kind of be the bitchy Jamie Lee again.
Yeah, she was. And she was good in that role too.
Oh yeah.
So, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Gemini Man. Everybody's just kind of like, yeah.
Nah.
Gemini Man.
I told you I had to reach for these
Fuck that movie.
because I'm not watching all the other movies that were Oscar worthy or whatever.
Like Judy.
We are going to separate ourselves from the Oscars at some point.
Oh, by far.
Yeah.
namely in quality.
Yeah.
Oh, we separated a long time.
minus stealing their music.
Yeah, mine is still in their music and maybe a presenter or two.
Yeah.
Okay, so the last nominee is Halle Berry for John Wick 3.
Halle Berry.
Halle Berry.
And the Oscar goes to
The Sleazy goes to
Oh,
Kylie Curran, Dr. Sleep.
she's good. You know, child actresses. And
Yeah.
actors, they're always a little iffy. You know.
I wanted this to be different too, but she was really good in that, I thought, and it was a really good movie. I was shocked at how much I liked it.
I like the scene where like Ewan McGregor's kind of like taking her over, and she's in the van talking to the guy,
Yeah.
talking about how arrogant he is.
Yeah.
It's like, you think you're gonna live forever? You won't even wear a seatbelt.
Yeah.
Bam!
That was great. So, I mean, does anybody else have a standout supporting actress that's come to mind? Come on, Rob.
The only thing I can think of
Mister,
is
I waste
not,
time watching movies.
it's really not even a movie, it's a TV show. So, I mean, I can mention that. That's
Go ahead,
cool.
motherfucker. Say it.
Mention
No,
it
say
because
Hot Sauce can
Go
say
ahead,
something.
motherfucker.
we're
I'll
not
shove
giving
this pop bottle up
we're
your
not giving
ass.
individual
Say it.
awards to TV. So
Yeah.
Say it.
Parker
Go ahead.
Posey
Fuck
from
her.
Parker Posey
Fuck her.
playing Dr. Smith
Fuck Dr. Smith.
for
Fuck
Lost
her.
in Space.
Fuck
so
her.
apparently, Hot
Fuck-
Sauce is very upset right
Fuck
now.
that character. Fuck that role. She's playing it perfect because I fucking hate her every time she's on screen.
So she's doing her job. So
Yes.
thank you, Parker Posey.
Fuck her.
I guess
Fuck that role.
That should be like the award, like the
Fuck her right in the pussy.
Sure.
That should be like the hot sauce category. Like the fuck you award goes to.
Yeah, the fuck you award.
There you go.
I knew you were going to say that too. You did it on purpose. That's he had that shit-eating grin over there the whole time, waiting, like loading it up.
I must say it.
Jesus, that was a long fuck.
He was just
There's
loading
a
it
lot
up.
of F-bombs right there.
Just waiting for that, cocksucker.
I know. Be all right.
All right, so we're going to move on to our next category here, which is Best Documentary Series. And there was one that I really wanted to put in here, but it was made in 2017, and that was Abducted in Plain Sight. That was definitely the fucking craziest story I've heard in years.
Yeah.
Very what the fuck.
But we couldn't include it, so we're going to, give it the honorable mention. So moving on, we're going to announce the, nominees. Conversation with a Killer, the Ted Bundy tapes. The Confession Killer. That was a good one.
A lot of people like to talk.
Bikram Yoga Guru Predator. As sad as it is, I laughed a lot during that.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
at the Predator moments, but him teaching the yoga
Telling
classes.
people to shut the fuck up and bend backwards.
And I'd never heard of this dude until
Yeah.
that. So, Fire, the greatest party that never happened. Ja Rule.
Didn't I think some candidate maybe just hired one of the people who were
I think it was
involved with the Fire
Bloomberg. Was it
Festival or
Bloomberg?
something? Yeah, it might be.
I think it's Bloomberg.
to do social media stuff or something.
I think it
his
was the
memes.
guy that was going to suck dick for water. Didn't he get hired or something?
Yeah.
I don't know who it was.
I thought I just heard of that.
I saw an article or something about. I thought one of the
Still the
Fire
best
Festival
thing I
guys.
ever
the
got
guy
hired.
that was going to suck dick for a semi-truck full of Dasani. I think he got hired by somebody.
Would you be like, sir? I think could I talk you into a vote for Mike Bloomberg? Well, I don't know. What are you offering?
Well,
There you go.
There we go. That's what we need.
I did a lot of canvassing today, sir.
yeah.
Yeah.
A little pick me up real quick.
All right, so the movies that made us. Very good, interesting docuseries on a couple of it was like 4 movies or something like that.
I didn't watch those.
Yeah.
I did enjoy the toys that made us or whatever. Those
Yeah, the toys is still going too. And then Lorena off of Amazon Prime, Lorena Bobbitt's story.
Which I thought was really interesting. I didn't know
Well,
half
that
that
story
stuff.
will forever be interesting. The people that are have evolved past us and want to see something crazy. I guess like why would she do that? Why would he do that?
Oh, now you know
very,
why.
very 90s.
Yes, it is. So, the winner of best documentary / series goes to The Confession Killer. Truly a crazy story.
Yeah, I never even heard of that until I watched the documentary. I'm like,
Yeah,
this
I
shit
never heard of
happened?
that guy.
Well, he was in. They had him as one of the characters in Mindhunter, I think.
Did they really?
Yeah, the Henry Lee Lucas.
Oh, you know what? I think they did. And he
But
wanted,
they didn't quite go into it like the series.
he wanted
After-
Candy to talk to them.
He wanted
didn't
the pop or a certain something. or
It was mostly cigarettes. Like they always give him like boxes.
No,
of
we're
cigarettes.
talking about in the show though.
Oh, okay, in the show.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think he was the
Mindhunter.
guy. who
was
won-
he in Mindhunter?
I think so.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
was.
think he was because the time frame wouldn't match.
He was in the first season, I think.
No, I thought it was the second one.
Was it the second one?
Yeah.
I thought they gave him like marshmallow cups or something like that.
He was only in like one episode. Like they went to talk to him, and he didn't really want to talk or something.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember that, but I didn't think that was him.
I thought it was supposed to be the same guy.
Huh? It may have been. It may.
Well, I
have been.
mean, he was alive all the way up until
Like
Yeah.
he wasn't in it much. I think they just went
Yeah.
to visit him like once.
they
Like
would have
they
had to have talked to him
Yeah.
because he was,
Oh.
the guy confessing to everything.
Yeah, especially if he was talking. But yeah, it was like the way they go into it in the series, like how he's using information he's learning from one guy to play against the other
Yeah.
people, just for the attention.
They're just leaving the books out for him just to read the shit.
I like how like they showed video of him just walking around smoking Pall Malls. Like what other prisoner has that right to just walk
living
around?
the dream, man.
He wasn't even locked
Like
up.
the
Celebrity.
like the prison was just his house, and he just roamed around
Yeah.
and smoked Pall Malls. And
Every time he saw the crime, they would give him a milkshake. He's like, I want a strawberry milkshake.
you think he was like, "It's 6:00. I'm really feeling like a strawberry milkshake.
Yeah,
Let me get this notebook out and confess to one of these murders real quick."
I'm gonna solve this crime real quick.
Yeah, definitely crazy. And I thought it was interesting that George Bush delayed his execution. because they just didn't know, like, they couldn't take him seriously.
Right.
I mean, the man was a fucking liar and just admitting the shit.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I guess you would admit to shit for a strawberry milkshake.
No.
I mean, if you were in jail.
Oh, well, yeah.
All right, so best cinematography in a movie. There's really not a whole lot on this list. But Joker. I thought Joker was, as much as I downed that movie and I wasn't impressed by it, I liked that, you know, they got the scene right of Gotham and the city looked really great. The time period, you know, very 80-ish looking, but could have been another time.
Yeah.
Then we've got Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That was really good. They had the streets done well, and I mean, it really looked like they were back in the.
They even went up and they redid some of like the restaurants and stuff to look like the old stuff.
Yeah. I mean, the cars that they had in there. I mean, it was
Just
good.
a lot of quality put into that.
Yeah. And then, you know, Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker. They had the amazing shots and all the different quality that you get there in the background and whatnot. But there really wasn't a whole lot of movies to choose from on this one, I thought.
I feel like there was a couple movies I didn't get to see. Like I'm sure Little Women looked really good.
Yeah.
And it's period piece and all that. But
I'm not going to watch that. So
I think there was only one movie for this category that really needed to be here.
And the winner is, you want to announce it, Mr. PBS?
It's the Joker.
Yeah, it's the Joker.
I mean, it really, regardless of what you feel about the movie, I think most people admit that it looked really good.
It was very well put together.
Yeah, they definitely did their due. What's his face did a good job on that. What's his Todd Phillips, and he's the Hangover guy, right?
Yeah.
So he went from doing comedy.
He said he was on Michael Moore's podcast and he was kind of talking about it, and he said that I think he was at the premiere of one of his other movies. He was outside for some reason. He couldn't watch it or something, and he actually called like one of the studio executives or somebody and said, "Hey, I got this idea for the Joker movie," because there was some big advertisement for Avengers or something up behind him, and he says, I got this kind of idea. Like he called the guy, and the guy called back like 30 minutes and said, "Hey, I think we can do this." So it was like, you know, because those Hangover movies made like a ton of money. So he's back to the point where if he wants to kind of do something and it's got a good idea, he can get some play with it. So
okay, yeah, well, and then apparently they've signed on to do another Joker movie too.
Yeah.
So I don't know how good that's going to be. What do you think, Hot Sauce?
This was supposed to just be a one-off. It's no storyline. It's just a movie we wanted to make to do it, but it was so goddamn successful. Let's milk it a little bit.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
Let's milk it a little bit.
Just like The Quiet Place. They weren't going to do just standalone movie. Now they're making a sequel.
By the way, did you guys see the picture of Robert Pattinson in the bat suit?
Yeah.
I have seen it posted a million times,
or
and
the
it does
video.
nothing for me.
It looks like shit.
If you watch the video, he looks really small in that suit.
Yeah.
And then they they obviously screenshot the pictures or whatever. They're showing the pictures, and he looks they're like close up, so he looks a little bit bulkier. But it just looks like a skinny guy in riot gear, if you ask me, with a cape and cowl.
Yeah.
people, I guess there's like the theory online is that he there's totally nothing to go on, but people have suggested that like the bat symbol in his suit is made out of the gun that killed his parents.
Oh, really?
It's like the theory online.
Wow.
Even nobody really buys it, but I don't know, somebody out there.
I
came up with
hope
it.
not.
Yeah, but I mean, but it looks
the
really,
symbol looks like it could be like you could pull it out. Maybe it's like some kind of
It
tool.
looks
or something.
mechanical of
Yeah.
some sort.
Yeah.
But that's sort of the thing going on online. Like, okay, sure.
Yeah, whatever.
Somebody made a joke like, well, why don't we just make the whole suit out of stuff? Make the cod piece out of the sewer grate that his mom's pearls fell through or something.
Wow.
Go for it.
Wow.
That's fucking terrible, man.
Yeah.
All right, so best horror / thriller movie. Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot in this category. I could be missing out on something here, but do you guys remember a whole lot of horror movies this
Well,
year?
if you left it up to producer to put it together, then you probably missed a lot of shit.
yeah,
We don't
keep
have
track.
the best producer here.
he,
We don't.
He can't name it, dude. Look, he can't
Yeah.
name one.
I can't hardly name any.
Come on, man. You got Us. You got Dr. Sleep. You got
It Chapter 2.
It Chapter 2.
Us.
He's hung up on it, Chapter 2. He said that several times.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing I can really think of.
That clown Pennywise must have gotten his brain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Freaky.
All right,
fucker.
so the nominees for best horror/thriller movie are Ready or Not. It was a hide and go seek movie. We actually went and saw that, Robzilla.
It was entertaining.
And you couldn't fucking remember it.
Yeah. There you go.
But it had what's her face in it from the one Netflix movie. It was a horror movie too.
I can't remember her name.
I forget what that one. Babysitter.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
He can't remember shit today, dude. He's
Can't. Damn.
and then Dr. Sleep. Then of course, Robzilla's favorite movie, It Chapter 2.
Oh, I forgot it. Chapter 2.
Did you? I thought you did.
Did that have Dr. Smith in it? Dr. Smith wasn't in that one.
No.
No, Parker Parsley was in it. So. Hot Sauce is pretty broken up, I thought.
All right, and then the final nominee is Us from Jordan Peele, which phenomenal movie there.
I can't believe Rob's not going to mention Midsummer.
I did watch that.
Oh, he watched it.
He watched it, but he couldn't put it down for a nominee.
I said Midsummer
When?
earlier.
Like in the car earlier, but you didn't say it when I was
Could you
putting the
imagine
list
Robzilla
together.
doing something on record, like being part of a deposition or something?
Jesus
Like, sir,
Christ.
can I play this piece of video back from you from 30 minutes ago?
Like they'd have to throw him out because he's not credible.
He's like the guy in the trial, where there's like some scandal. Like, I do not recall that. It's like, well, it's Robzilla. He probably doesn't really.
He's like our attorney general, Barr or whatever.
Barr.
I don't recall having that conversation.
Oh, we got it right here.
Rob's the go-through man for all this illegal stuff because he can't remember anything.
I don't know if he said it in those exact words.
Sir, are you fucking serious? You just said it. I don't remember that.
Sir, where did they hide the
sure?
body? I couldn't point it out to you on a map. Or
Yeah.
anything.
Rob, do you want to announce the winner?
And the winner is Dr. Sleep.
I thought he was going to say It Chapter 2.
I know.
I really did.
He wanted to.
I thought he was going to be like, what were the nominees again?
Dr. Sleep.
What was my choices?
And I got to say, Mr. PBS let me borrow this was it last Sunday? And I watched it Sunday night. Man, I really dug this movie. It was really cool.
I slept on it too. I didn't catch it when it was in theaters.
I wish I would have watched it in theaters.
And a lot of people like on Twitter and my Facebook just kind of kept bringing it back up. And I finally checked it because it's based on a Stephen King book that's a sequel to a 30-year-old book, 40-year-old book almost at this point. I'm kind of like, going into it. But a lot of people kind of kept coming back to it. I'm like, because I bought it without seeing it. I don't usually do that with a lot of newer movies. It has to be something I kind of know I'm going to want to rewatch. But that one, it was good. It was better than I thought it was going to be. Ewan McGregor was really good in it. The story was good. I think some people were kind of complaining that it was a little too long. But I kind of grew up watching those Stephen King 90s miniseries. So I expect a Stephen King movie to be 2+, 2.5, 3-hour movie,
Shit, the longer and the shittier, the black and white, you're golden.
Right.
I'm not a fan of the Shining. I've said that. I always thought it was a weird movie. It's not. I don't hate it, but I don't love it.
It's
just kind of in the middle on it, And I like that the sequel expanded upon The Shining and kind of really got a little bit deeper into it and explained it a little bit more. And then you find out that there's this whole other set of people that feed off of people that have The Shining, and they call it something else. They call it steam.
Like I've been a little more surprised, especially given the way things like Marvel are doing, that somebody hasn't come along and done like the King verse or something, because even in his books, a lot of them are connected. And even his son, Joe Hill, who's writing books now, even some of his books are kind of connected to that. So I'm just surprised that some company hasn't come out, and even if it's just like a character in a movie, I know they've done the Hulu Castle Rock series where it's trying to kind of do that. But I've just been more surprised that a company hasn't come out and said, hey, we're going to make all these King movies, and they're going to be the Castle Rock stories, the Derry stories. And it's just, I don't know, kind of surprising.
Yeah, solid movie though. I think it's well deserving of the award, and it's tough to go to beat Us out. I think.
I thought Us was really good. I mean, Jordan Peele knows his horror movies. Even if you go back and watch Key and Peele, there was a couple Halloween episodes, and I remember there was one joke about like a bunch of guys at a frat house around a table, and it would have like some one of those like grudge Japanese ghosts would like come up and be all weird behind him, and they're just like, it's just a roommate, just shut up, go away. and it was funny, but it was clear that whoever was doing that understood the horror stuff where it was coming from. So I think he's lined up to do his next movie also, or he's getting.
Well, he's
lined up.
I think producing or co-producing Candyman.
Is that it?
The
Yeah,
reboot.
he's part of that.
Yeah.
I think he's also part of that the Amazon Nazi Hunter series or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah, he's producing that, I believe.
And I think
That looks really good, by the way.
I think they're
Yeah.
working on another Twilight Zone season, maybe.
I didn't watch the first one yet.
I want to check it out.
I watched half of the first episode, and then I was like, I got to watch Picard. This is the only reason why I got this.
Right.
That and Star Trek Discovery. So I think we're ready to move on to the next award. And this is Best TV Streaming, Best TV/Streaming series. So it could be on TV, it could be on, but they're really, to me, the streaming services have kind of outshined regular TV. So, I mean, I really can't say that there's actually one show on here that's on regular TV.
We should have given Hot Sauce a category. Show you started to watch, but you're most pissed off that they canceled.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh,
So are you going to give out like a sleazy for best hot sauce?
I can.
Go for it, man.
On the spot?
On the
Jesus,
spot.
Fuck.
Or do you need a couple of awards to think about it?
Yeah, let me think about it.
All right. We'll give you to the end of the show.
I'm upset. We should the sleazy for missed opportunity goes to Robzilla. He could have hit Hot Sauce over the head right there. Like, oh, you don't know what a hot sauce is?
Yeah.
But no, he's just over
He
there.
could have gave you some shit there.
He's over there texting. What category?
What are we doing now?
Hot sauce category?
chapter
Which
2?
one? Which one?
All right. So the nominees are Jack Ryan on Amazon Prime, The Boys for Amazon Prime,
Yes.
Stranger Things, Netflix,
Whoop, whoop.
Game of Thrones, HBO, True Detective, HBO, and Barry, HBO. So, I mean, we really talked up True Detective a lot on this show.
Wait a minute. You didn't put it on there?
What?
You didn't put Chernobyl on there?
Chernobyl is a limited series.
okay.
So,
Do you have a category for limited series?
we have a category for limited series because there was
Okay.
2 limited series that were really good this year.
Okay.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So,
I did mention that song, so.
you did mention that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, if Chernobyl wasn't in another
No, I
category,
got you. It makes
it would totally be in this.
the difference between an ongoing show and a limited series. I got you.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So, yeah, we talked up True Detective a lot in this.
Season 3 was pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, it was.
Gave Steven Dorff his career back.
Yes, he got a show off of that pretty much.
And the lead guy who's got the kind of funky name that I can't remember, he's going to be Blade now.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
he won an Oscar,
He was in
last
that
year.
Moonlight or whatever, I think.
Was he in Moonlight?
I think so.
And then he won for the other movie with what's his face? He was in the whatchamacallit, the Tower movies. Lord of the Rings. He was in the Lord of the Rings movies.
Viggo, Green Book.
Yeah, Viggo.
Viggo.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Green Book. They won for Green Book too.
Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we talked that up. I mean, Game of Thrones was on its last season, and you could tell it was a little
Rushed.
and then it pissed a lot of fans off too.
Lots.
Had one of the dumbest fucking endings I think I've ever, besides Dexter. I mean, it rivals Dexter's ending, if you ask me. And then The Boys was a very outstanding new show. I can't wait for the next season of that. That's done.
Yep.
I don't know when they're going to release it, but
Probably, maybe beginning of summertime, probably again.
oh, you think so?
Yeah.
What,
That's what his sources tell him.
a great
I don't have a
producer
source.
says, "Hold on, let me find that info out."
Hold on, let me find that info out.
Let me get back to you on that.
Okay, so while Robzilla is looking for
I
info,
have tried to defend this motherfucker so hard. Like, you can't be that mean to someone. And then I come here week after week, and it's like, I'm going to beat his ass.
That's very hostile.
I didn't say anything about beating your ass, but
Just to
okay.
knock some sense into him. I don't want to hurt him. I just want him to think twice, like, damn, I must have done something stupid.
Maybe I should look that up when they're kind of hinting things at me.
I was thinking about it, but I don't know.
We should get him like a 10-inch tablet.
I'm gonna put a fucking shot collar around his fucking throat, so every time he's like, he'll start to like train, and you'll hear that buzzer, and he'll know like, oh, here it comes. Oh, here it comes.
Here comes some information.
Yeah.
Eventually, you'll hear.
Fuck! I'm out. No. Fuck this shit, I'm out. All right then.
He ain't going nowhere. He can't leave.
He can't leave. Oh man, poor Rob. Poor Rob.
Anyway, and the winner is
The winner is Stranger Things.
season 3.
Season 3, I thought they really topped their first 2 seasons. It wasn't really hard to top the second season, but they came back and they made the third season much better. It was so cool seeing the mall and all the old stores they had in the mall. Like, what was it? Was Sam Goody one of the stores that they had in there?
I believe so.
Yeah, it just brought back a lot of memories of being in the mall as a kid. Obviously, the duet at the end of the series with what's his face and his girlfriend that everybody thought was pretend. The never-ending story.
Yeah.
What are you looking at me all sinister for, dude?
I wasn't looking at you. I was getting ready to say. 'Cause
You
I figured
looked
out.
at me because I fucking.
Oh my god! I'm looking at you and
So
listening to you.
what did you find? What did you
It
find
said
out?
there's no release date. It said mid 2020 was the release date for the boys.
So
season
summertime.
2. So summertime, like I thought it would be.
Okay. He's like, don't worry about the facts. My guesses are as good as the facts, guys.
Jesus. Lord have mercy.
Is this our time to like go to commercial break and hear? All right, so we're gonna move on to the next category. Is that okay with you, Robzilla?
Sure.
I wasn't sure if you wanted to include a guess of some sort into that. Or?
What I want Robzilla to guess what the next category is.
Best tour.
It's
No,
not up on the big screen,
I don't know.
so he can't look.
I don't know which one. Sorry, I have it
Don't be
categorized.
looking at the
I
screen.
can't tell from here.
All right. The next category is best sci-fi / comic adaptation series.
Go ahead.
Okay. Hey, you didn't have. You're like looking like you want to say something,
No,
and you're
I'm
not
just
saying
listening to you.
something.
Dude, I'm ready to go the fuck home. This is getting ridiculous.
All right. So the nominees are The Boys, Lost in Space, Star Trek Discovery, and The Expanse. Now we just talked about The Boys. We all loved it pretty much. Lost in Space, I think it's the best sci-fi show out there. Star Trek Discovery, it's good, but it's a darker take on Star Trek. The Expanse is definitely one of the most accurate sci-fi. Like they try to keep it true to science and whatnot. So I mean, it's kind of hard to pick this one. There wasn't a whole lot of comic book shows out this year, besides like The Boys, pretty much. And
Yeah.
what was the one Netflix show? Did that come out this year? Umbrella Academy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I forgot about it because everything else outshined it, kind of. But the winner is Lost in Space. I think it's the best sci-fi show.
It really is. I mean,
It's got one of the best actresses on there playing Dr. Smith.
See,
You
I
want
didn't
me
say
to break
that.
your coaster.
Hey, you can do that. I don't care.
no, I mean, I think it's well made. The CGI, all the stuff looks good. Especially this season, like the first 2 episodes you mentioned when we did our talk about it, where they're trying to get off the electrical storm planet.
Right.
I mean, that could have been a movie by itself.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
And it looks fucking stunning in 4K.
Does it now?
This show looks fantastic in 4K.
You know, I was kind of thinking, like, since you mentioned Discovery, I felt like this is almost more of a Star Trek show than some of the Star Trek shows are right now, in their own way. Just because the Star Trek shows now are trying to, make this a little different from the older shows and be a little, newer, a little edgier, throwing some F-bombs and that kind of thing. But I felt like, I felt like Lost in Space is, you know, everybody's working together. You know, even when you got the bad guys, they're kind of working.
Some
together.
of them are trying to work together.
Some of them are
Someone's
just
just a fucking cunt sometimes.
Well,
That's Dr. Smith, though.
Even cunts have to survive.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it gets. I don't want to say too much because Hot Sauce is still catching up. But
Even the original Dr. Smith was a dickhead and would fuck shit up all the time.
But not to this extent that I can remember.
yeah.
He was more of a bumbling idiot and just get into shit or like, I'm going to do something, but not actively trying to fuck people up.
He didn't kill anybody from what I remember, but maybe in the movie he did, but not in the...
And if he did,
Not
it
in the
wasn't
series.
on purpose.
You know, in the movie, he was played by Gary Oldman, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Gary Oldman plays everything so good. Man, he needs a Lifetime Achievement Award at some
I
point.
thought they gave him one. I thought one of the institutes gave him one in the last couple of years.
Yeah, maybe next year we'll do a Lifetime Achievement Award for Gary Oldman.
He's played some really sleazy characters.
Yeah.
Yes,
Ooh.
he's always playing a bad guy unless it's in Batman. So, and RoboCop, he was a good doctor in that, wasn't
Was
he?
he?
Yeah,
I always forgot
he was
in that.
in the new RoboCop. He was the doctor responsible for the robotic arms and stuff. So, but you don't like Dr. Smith, huh?
Can't fucking stand
I
her.
understand.
But you like the show though.
I love the show. I think the show's great.
I like the pilot, he's not really a pilot in this one. He's a mechanic. Don.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don's a good character in this one.
he gets a nice little arc in this.
Does he?
season.
Yeah, I like that they didn't make him a pilot this time because Don is like a military fighter pilot in the originals and in the movie too.
Well, you know, it would kind of because that's kind of what the parents are. Like the dad in this one, he was like an ex-military now, and
Yeah,
all
Navy
that.
SEAL and all that.
Yeah,
So it would have been a little too redundant.
it's like they changed like the responsibilities up per family member.
Yeah.
Like Judy's the actual doctor in this one, whereas the doctor was Dr. Smith. So it all kind of works out, I think.
It's a fine show. Looking forward to season 3.
All right, so best limited series is what we're on to next, and there's obviously there's more of these that are out there, but there's two that really come to mind for me, and that's Chernobyl on HBO and Unbelievable on Netflix. I thought Unbelievable was pretty good. It had really good acting in it, and if we had categories for TV acting, there would definitely be some awards handed out for that show. But the winner of this one is obviously Chernobyl. I thought Chernobyl was one of the better shows that came out this year.
There's a few of these limited series that I still want to see, like Watchmen and everything.
Yeah.
But I mean, Chernobyl is just so good.
Yeah.
I don't even
I mean, you know what's going to happen, and yet it's some of the best, like, it's almost could be like a horror movie the way the first couple episodes are shot.
Yeah, it really could be.
And like I said, you know what is going to happen. You know what's happening to these people.
I mean, well, you see some of those characters, especially earlier in the episodes, and you look at them like you're dead. And
Yeah.
you don't
You're
even know.
done.
it.
Yeah.
You're
You don't
fucking
even know
done,
it.
buddy.
Like the guy that picks up the graphite, the firefighter.
Almost
It's like,
all those firefighters, like,
put that shit down, dude.
Yeah.
And it makes your heart go out to the firefighters. They were there just doing their job, and little did they know they were fucked. Then, Mother Russia putting in the draft to put all these people to clean that shit up. I mean,
It's like 100 seconds. And then
we'll
you get
never
back
know
up.
how many people truly died in that because they didn't release the full numbers.
they just had a story now that I guess there's some fungus growing in Chernobyl that it eats radiation.
It's
or
eating the
something, right?
radiation away. Yeah. I read that article the other day. That's an interesting article.
Yeah.
But it's kind of interesting because they want to study that fungus too because they don't know if it'll make a type of fuel or something like that. But that's interesting that it's just in there and it's eating up whatever's left in there.
In the words of Jeff Goldblum, life finds a way.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Was that from Jurassic Park?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're just on the quotes today, aren't you?
Killing it. What's the shirt today?
Oh, it's my Picard shirt.
Tea. Earl Grey hot. Wow.
I gotta say, I got around to trying some tea.
Uh-huh.
Earl Grey hot. Yeah, it didn't really do anything for me.
No?
Maybe I don't know if I'm making it wrong. I don't know if my tea kettle's not the right or something, but it just tasted like paper bag water. I don't know.
Paper
That's about
bag
what
water?
tea tastes
Yeah, like a little tea bag, Like
That's what I imagine most tea tastes
That's about
like.
what tea tastes like. Unless you get something that's really aromatic, like something really like jasmine or like a peach or
Some
something
citrusy
like that.
thing, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm not a big tea fan.
I want to go to like a real tea place and get me like a real tea, Earl Grey hot.
Starbucks?
Just but some place where I'm going to know, like, did you guys make this right? Did you use the right everything? You know, just so I can be like, yep, this tea sucks. I'm done.
Go to I mean, I'm sure there's some little fucking authentic little hipster tea shop, but go to Bubbles.
Yeah.
Bubbles Tea and Juice. There's one in the North Market, and I think there's one up in Tuttle.
Yeah, they're in a couple malls.
Go to Bubbles. Bubbles does a pretty good job with stuff.
Try that out.
They make a lot of like in-house drinks. Like you can get fresh made like blueberry mint lemonade. It's got like sprigs of mint in it and blueberries in it. Good stuff. Go to Bubbles.
Put that on the list. Remember that for me there, Zilla.
Yep. Bubbles.
All right, this next category is all Robzilla because he's the king of shittiest movies. So,
It's your time to shine, baby.
it's your time to shine.
My
You got
time
the
to shine.
nominees?
Well, the only one I only have one because
It's chapter 2.
that would never be
Wait,
shitty.
there's two on there. Six Underground.
Okay. So we have 6 Underground, and then we also Underground 6, 6 Underground, whatever you want to call it. And then also I watched one today just because how bad it looked.
He'd been saving this just for the show.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I had it. It was sent to me by Tracy like a month ago. I was like, well, I can't really remember what shitty movie is like super shitty. So I looked at this movie. I was like, this is going to take the cake. So it's called the Philosophaster. So basically, it's a pastor who somehow gets the powers to be able to transform into a Velociraptor dinosaur, and he goes on a killing spree and kills bad guys.
He kills bad guys.
I saw this one making the rounds amongst some of the horror groups. Like, I got to check this out or something.
Yeah.
Jesus
I
Christ.
haven't seen it. I don't.
We could make a better movie than this movie.
Really, it's that bad?
Yeah.
Were the effects good when he turns into a...
No.
What makes you think we could do better? Because you see the production value on this every week, and this is just audio.
And our production value is better than what they fucking do in a movie.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
Put it that way.
okay.
That sounds terrible.
Exactly.
All right.
So,
What was the runtime on that one, Zilla?
Yeah.
that was 70 minutes of my lifetime I'll never get back.
He knew it. He had it down, too.
I did.
Yeah, because he wanted to make that joke.
That was my gimme, right? That was a softball question.
Yep.
If he missed that one, I was going to have to
Yeah.
walk out.
Really?
Well, man, fuck it.
Get the fuck out of here.
All right, and this is Mr. PBS's Sleazy that he's handing out. But this is Florida Man of the Year, Sleazy.
Oh, we're doing Florida Man of the
Florida
Year.
Man of the Year.
Yeah. So this was Mayor of Port Richey, Florida.
You know, there's a lot of weird stories out there anymore. But I felt like we had to give it to this guy because he's an elected official that you kind of expect to have a certain level of, decorum, and he's a titled person. He's a mayor of a city, and you don't expect the SWAT team to have to come and like what do they call that? Like extricate or extract out of his home, and shoot into the SWAT team and running was he an unlicensed doctor?
He had lost his license, but was still practicing out of his house.
So I think we had to give it to him. There was also, I believe, the follow-up story where whoever replaced him as mayor also got in trouble with the cops. So I think Port Richey is really the epicenter, the patient zero of the Florida madness.
Yeah.
So Port Richey and Doctor, he gets the Florida man story. There's meth heads everywhere, and every week there's a new meth story and all that. But public official, he gets it. He gets to be our
When we're talking about a mayor, that's
sleazy Florida Man of the Year.
Yep,
Yeah.
he's got a sleazy. So Florida Man of the Year.
We'll have to send it to him in jail or wherever he's at now.
Yeah.
If he moved to Alabama or some state.
All right, the next Sleazy Award is Shittiest Producer of the Year, and that goes to Robzilla.
Woo! Yeah!
Good job, buddy.
I'd like to thank God for bringing me in this world to be a piece of shit.
Runaway winner, hands down. Hands down, no doubt about it.
What was the other nominees? Oh, yeah, nobody.
Nobody.
Do they have
that's
some of
special.
that, that music that the Oscars play when they want to play you off and get you to quit talking?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as Rob goes, I'd like to thank...
I'm waiting on him to give a vegan speech like, what's his face?
Just cut the mic on him.
Joaquin
He's talking.
Phoenix.
Yeah. We need to quit killing all the animals and go
And then they
eat
take
bacon
the cow's baby away from the mother? It's like, God,
and
dude.
make it into a fucking delicious burger patty.
Well, they raise it first.
Whatever. I don't fucking care.
All right, so we haven't done the Instagram Hottie of the Month for a couple months, and we just kind of got lost at the end of the year there. We weren't really fully staffed or whatever. And this kind of always goes back between me and Hot Sauce because we're the ones that look at the hot chicks. You guys don't seem to have a fancy for it for whatever reason.
No.
Don't care.
But I mean, I asked Hot Sauce, who do you think it should be? And we were both kind of like, I don't know. So I just picked one.
Just a random. There you go.
This was one I wanted to pick for a Hottie of the Month for a while. So I'm just going to give her the year.
Hold on a minute. You hadn't even picked her as Hottie of the Month?
No.
Oh, Jesus. You can't give it to someone that wasn't Hottie of the Month. I thought that was a Hottie of the Month.
Shit.
She would have gotten it if we had picked December and November. So,
All right.
She had to have been because even I'd heard her name. Even I
Yeah.
kind of knew who she was.
Okay. All right.
and we have shared pictures. So, Courtney A. Stodden, that's on her Instagram account. Check her out. She's kind of got the Marilyn Monroe look, probably a little bit bigger in the chest than Marilyn Monroe, but apparently she's 25. We would have never have guessed that.
No, I didn't know that.
She's
at
a
all.
rough looking 25, but
But she's the best one.
But yeah, there's no shame in looking a little bit older. But I would have never guessed she was 25. She looks a little bit older than that.
Well, that's what happens when you marry those 50-year-olds or whatever.
Yeah, is that what you said on her one
If
profile?
I read it correctly, she was 16 and married a 51-year-old.
Wow, who lets their 16-year-old marry a
Just trying to get
50-year-old?
those benefits.
If I read it
Life
correctly.
insurance.
Well, let's be fair. It's
insane.
not like it was some random 51-year-old. It was probably a rich
51-year-old. Yeah.
A CEO of a company or some shit.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna give her the award. I'm really not gonna take too much time and study whatever and
Right.
debate it or whatever like that. So
Her Wikipedia page goes into some information about what she does, model, media personality, et cetera, et cetera. After competing in beauty pageants in her home state of Washington and releasing her own original music, then 16-year-old Stodden came to international attention when she married the 51-year-old actor Doug Hutchinson in 2011.
Oh, okay, I remember. I was thinking of this story, but I didn't realize that was her.
who is Doug Hutchinson?
You'll kind of recognize his face, if not his name. He
Doug
was-
Anthony Hutchins, character actor,
Yeah.
disturbing antagonistic characters. Obie Jameson in the '88 film The Chocolate War, Sproles in Fresh Horses. Oh, you son of a bitch! He's fucking Percy in The Green Mile, the little weasel dick.
You'll recognize his face if you look it up.
Yeah, it's Percy in The Green Mile, the
What's-
little weasel.
What's
that-
his name? Doug.
Doug Hutchinson.
because this was a big story when it
You've
happened.
watched The Green Mile, right?
I think there was.
Was he the
He's the little weasel one that fakes dips the sponge in the water
that
so
guy?
that they, yeah.
Oh, really?
Percy.
Wow.
Oh yeah, look, there's pictures of them together.
I thought they even made like a reality show out of it at one point or something.
Really?
Yeah, or at least it was on like one of those like whatever all the time or something.
Okay.
That guy's creepy anyways.
Horace Goodspeed in Lost.
Wow.
Yeah, at the age of 51, he received widespread criticism when he married 16-year-old singer Courtney Stodden.
So I didn't realize that was the same person, but cause I was thinking about that story when you said something about her marrying.
Yeah,
51.
Lost is Doug Hutchinson. Yeah, so he was in Lost, huh?
He was her teacher.
Yeah.
She was an acting
in
student.
all those pictures they show
She
them
was an
together.
acting student.
In all those pictures they show them together, he looks like pale and skinny, like he was on some drugs or something.
Well,
And she was just like, okay.
I'm sure he gets his fair amount of exercise with her. So, and he's probably an alcoholic,
Right.
Yeah, and alcoholic on top of that.
cokehead. I imagine she probably does some drugs with him. But I didn't. She's young though. Like, wow, crazy.
Sleazy, even.
And then, I'm going to give a sleazy out to the contributor of the year, Chris Miller, because he really did come up with the Instagram hottie of the month. It used to be weak, and then it was just like, we got to dial this back.
I mean, he was
Because
putting in
there's
some.
not nearly
Not
enough.
enough thoughts out
Yeah,
there to
there's-
come up with one every
There's
week.
not nearly enough half-naked women on Instagram.
No.
And he was dedicated too. He's like, I got this one right here, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would submit them.
Where the fuck have they been then?
He hasn't been submitting them for
Why?
whatever reason. I don't know. He just kind of, did his thing,
Well, Hot Sauce's wife had the idea of giving us the male hottie of the month, but
She never submitted any.
She did not do that. No.
I said I would read it off, and I would say she picked them.
Probably just got sick of turning me in every week, and you'd never read it.
All right, so we're gonna move back now, and we're nearing the end here. We're nearing the end, but I'm gonna give you guys one to think about: best director, and we'll do that in a little bit. Okay. And Kyle's like thinking hard. This is all you, buddy. I'm gonna go with whatever you pick.
Yeah, that's I'm deferring.
And you know Rob's already deferred to you, so
I know who he's going to pick.
I'm deferring on that one.
who's he gonna pick?
Marty.
Marty.
I don't know.
I
Marty.
like
He will.
the Irishman, but
He will. He will. Shut up. He will.
He's looking shut up now.
All right, let me get my hot sauce one in there. I thought about it.
All right.
I'm gonna give you some nominees, and I'm gonna give you my favorite and tell you why. The nominees, and this is really hard for me. One of them is Palo Alto Firefighters Pepper Sauce Double X Habanero.
Okay.
That's one of my favorite sauces. Allegheny City Farms Taco Sauce. Yellowbird Habanero Condiment. And I'm gonna only just give you the three there. My top three kind of, but my number one is the Allegheny City Farms taco sauce, only because it was a new product that just came out this year.
Allegheny
City Farms. Yep. Tom Mata, the owner, he came out with a taco sauce for a taco festival. He's based out of Pennsylvania.
Does he have a Twitter account?
I don't know if he has a Twitter account.
Instagram.
Allegheny City Farms.
Okay.
That's everything is Allegheny City Farms. But he had done a taco show and came up with this taco sauce and just didn't have any idea how it would sell, and it just fucking blew out. He only had a couple of – he was selling it at the show, and then he had a couple bottles left that he put up on his website for sale, instantly sold out, and he was like, man, I think I kind of need to start making this, and it's been one of his better sellers.
Okay. All right. Man, you're just so passionate about that hot sauce.
I love hot sauce.
That's why we call you hot sauce.
Love them.
Okay, so we're going to move on to Best Actress. Again, there wasn't a whole lot of standout performances this year, I didn't think, that are our form of entertainment, I should say. But the nominees are Ana de Armas for Knives Out, Scarlett Johansson, Marriage Story, Daisy Ridley for Star Wars, A Rise of Skywalker, and then we also have Charlize Theron for Bombshell. So I'm just going to go ahead and announce the winner. The winner is Charlize Theron. So she did a really good job in Marriage Story. And like I said, it's not really
what?
Charlize Theron. Or not Charlize Theron, Scarlett Johansson.
Whoa!
Sorry, you got me caught up, mixed.
Whoa!
Got him there.
Yeah, you got me. Scarlett Johansson, Marriage Story. That's the winner. There we go. Clear that up. Okay. But yeah, it's not really a story that everybody can get into, but I think a lot of people can relate to, obviously, because everybody's been through a breakup or whatever. Not necessarily a divorce, but her and Adam Driver really put on a clinic in that. It's a good movie if you're into the acting side of movies and whatnot. Performances anyways. Okay, so we're going to do Best Actor now?
Do we want to give him his producer so you can close out with a bang with the actor in the movie? Or you want to do the producer very last?
What now?
You mean the director?
A director.
Director, yeah.
director.
I'm waiting on him. He hasn't really come forward and said he's got one yet.
Because he's been studying. Unlike the producer, when you give him a task and he just sits there and he goes, what?
I gotta
We
go.
defer to Kyle, so
I gotta scroll
PBS.
back through my letterbox here and see what I saw that I really like. Because I kind of hate picking out these awards, like I said. Because when we did our top list of last year, I still feel like there's so many things I haven't seen that I wanted to see that I could put on a list, And I know it was a big deal that Bong Joon-ho won a lot of this year for Parasite.
I told you the rule. He can't win a Sleazy this year.
Why?
He just can't because it wasn't good.
He didn't.
It wasn't Best Picture worthy. I'll say that.
He didn't like all those subtitles.
No, I like foreign movies, but it just I wasn't blown away by it. It wasn't as good as everybody said it was going to be. It had a nice little twist, but I mean, other than that, I mean, you saw what was going to happen.
So you saw Robzilla living in the basement.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
I shouldn't say that as a person who lives in the basement.
right, man. Come on.
But I can let him have it.
So, what are you going to pick, man?
You know, if I'm going to pick just one,
You got to pick one director.
I'm going to pick Ryan Johnson's Knives Out.
Ryan
Really?
Johnson's Knives Out.
Like I said, you know, I liked, Scorsese and The Irishman. I like Quentin Tarantino and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But I don't know. There's something about it. I feel like they were like one-time watches a lot. And I feel like Knives Out, he wrote it, he directed it. It was a kind of movie that's like right up my alley. And it's kind of hard to pick a best director because it's such a collaborative job, you know.
Right.
But when I think back on that movie, that was kind of the one I'd pick. It was just sort of, it hit all my boxes.
It was a really good, entertaining movie. I mean, I had fun watching it, too.
It is a rewatcher.
Yeah.
That's something that if I'm sitting on a Saturday, I'm going to put that, and not length considered, I'm going to put that on before I would the other ones.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to pick that. If they're all three on, I'm going to watch that again. I want to
And
watch
I
it.
thought, because he brought his A game, like, you know, you expect a certain kind of movie out of Scorsese and Tarantino, and you got that. But I feel like he's moving his way up. I don't think Knives Out won a lot of. It was nominated for a lot, but I don't know if it got a lot this year. And I feel like it's kind of. I'm gonna give it my Sleazy.
Okay.
Look at that.
So, best director, Ryan Johnson, Knives Out. Best comedy series, I'm just going to mention this. The Righteous Ones. I'm going to throw that out there.
The Righteous Gemstones.
The Righteous Gemstones. Yeah, sorry. I got notes scribbled down here and writing half things down while we were trying to get our categories together earlier. The Righteous Gemstones. And that kind of beat out Barry to me, which Barry is really not really. It's comedy, but it's also drama too.
It's a little bit more dark.
A lot of series now are kind of starting to cross like that. You know,
And-
dramas and comedies and.
It beat out Paul Rudd's Living
with
with
Yourself.
Living with Yourself. So, but I thought that was the funniest show I'd watched all year. So, The Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah.
And then I don't think I have any other little sidebar awards to give out.
He's gonna do this, isn't he? He's gonna skip like the one he gave me. Told me I had to study for it. He's just gonna skip right over.
Oh, the score.
Yeah.
You got to remember to, give us a score.
So I had to go. Like, this is another one. I felt like there's so many movies I didn't get to see that I would have liked to have seen. But I came up with my own little quick list of nominees.
This is the best score.
Now, for me, it's kind of like what stands out. What's a score that I think about later? And I didn't necessarily have a lot of those, but I went back and YouTube's got most of these scores on it. If you got their YouTube music, and I kind of read some other people's lists, like what were they thinking? So a couple I got on my list is Us, that the tethered theme,
Yeah.
which incorporates that 5 on it. That's really been kind of stuck in my head and stuck out. It's a nice kind of overall score. We added John Williams' Star Wars score. This is going to be the last one because I don't know if he's retired, but he's pretty much done with the Star Wars. So when you got a John Williams on the list, it's always good.
Maybe we can sneak another Home Alone or something
Right.
out of him.
I guess he's almost 90 or something. So he's up there. So I don't think he scores a lot of movies outside of the Star Wars that he was doing, and I think he did a few for Spielberg, but I think he's kind of done for the most part. Somebody suggested that Shazam's score by Benjamin Wallfish. I didn't see Shazam, but it's kind of got like that kind of orchestral superhero score that
Right.
you don't always get as much anymore. There's a few others. Knives Out had a really nice score, lots of string heavy, kind of a mystery that really works.
Yeah.
Nice, like British feel to it. I like that one. That wasn't one I thought about a lot, but when I went back and re-listened to it, that was pretty good. I give my cue of the year to Avengers Endgame. There was a cue called Portals, and for me, like a score is really good when it brings you right back to a particular point in the movie. Think about the Raiders March from Indiana Jones, the Bond theme, stuff that takes you right back to a movie. And that's the point in the movie where I think it's after Tony snapped his fingers, like all the Avengers start showing up in the portals, the Avengers theme kind of really starts coming up. And that's kind of like, I can feel that one. So that's my cue of the year. But I know.
They showed up before he snapped his fingers.
Well, it's all the portals start showing up. Well,
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what it was. Like the Avengers that were left were showing back up or whatever. But that really kind of took me back to that moment. But the one I'm going to pick, I don't know if Sleazy's going to like this one. I'm going to pick the score for the Joker.
Joker.
Okay.
Now, don't ask me to tell you the guy's name because it's Hildur something. I think he's Icelandic or something. He's done a lot of Dennis Villeneuve scores. But, it's not just the score for that one, too. The soundtrack's good because they got that score. I remember thinking about it during the movie. It's like really bass heavy and kind of menacing. But then you've got all those, the crooner songs that play throughout the movie, the Sinatra or whatever.
I said that the music was probably the best part of the Joker for me.
So I think, between...
I can agree with you on this.
Between the cinematography and the music, and I kind of... Joker won the Oscar for Best New Score, or Best Original Score. So I almost kind of, I don't like picking the one that's already won. But that's one of the other ones that stayed with me. The two that stayed with me all year were Joker and Us. But
And how do you pronounce that name again?
Hildur or something or other.
And it's a female, right?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I thought you had mentioned he in there, and I'm like, I just wanted to look to see if I could pronounce it.
Oh.
Playing a cello or something.
No,
there.
I think that's what she's known for, is there's a lot of that low bass cello
Okay.
stuff. So good for Hildur, however you say her last name.
Don't they usually have like a pronunciation key on the
I
Wikipedia?
looked it up in Wikipedia because I thought
I don't see shit.
Wikipedia usually has some sort of pronunciation, but it does not.
All right, so we have two awards left, and that's Best Actor and Best Motion Picture. So, Best Actor, the nominees are Adam Driver, Marriage Story, Joaquin Phoenix, Joker, Robert Downey Jr., Avengers Endgame, Leonardo DiCaprio, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Daniel Craig, Knives Out, and of course, we got to throw this guy in here, Adam Sandler, Uncut Gems.
I still need to hear his. He won the Spirit Award, I think, for Best Actor.
Did he?
I guess he gave like some profanity laced thing talking about how the kind of artsy awards are needed even more than the Oscar. He didn't even get nominated for the Oscar.
Yeah, no,
for
he
Best
didn't.
Actor,
No.
I think he said if he didn't get nominated for an Oscar for that he was going to make the shittiest movie he could make. And he just signed like another 5-picture deal with
Yeah.
Netflix.
Jesus.
So I can't wait to see what he makes. Okay, so the winner, and I really, I told you we weren't going to have Joaquin Phoenix on here. Have a vegan acceptance speech and all that, and blah, 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 blah. But I'm going to go with Robert Downey Jr. for Iron Man. I mean, the body of work and just it coming to an end this year. Mm-hmm. And the snap.
Well deserved.
The snap, I am Iron Man.
If you had to pick somebody that was the Marvel franchise, it's either him or it's Chris Evans, Captain America. But
yeah.
I feel it's Robert Downey Jr. He started it all off.
Yeah, he's
And I
been the
mean,
man since the beginning.
the hologram speech that he left and everything. I mean, the man can act. I mean, let's face it.
I love you 3000.
Yeah.
That's the phrase.
And he gets no credit for it just because it's a comic book movie, and I think that's totally fucking wrong.
Yeah.
But what do you think, Hot Sauce?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with what you just said. So
Everything. I love it.
I pretty much feel the same way. I really liked when he did that part. When he's in his scene 6 in the
He did that thing you mentioned
the
already.
second movie. where he kind of just sat there and he gave that one line. I really liked that a lot.
Rob's
Which one was that?
He's gonna get up and smack the shit out of you.
No, he ain't. Dude, he couldn't get up out of that chair quick enough. Oh, he's not. Oh, fuck. Maybe he could. I
Oh, he's not in the
yeah, I forgot.
Papasan's chair.
Huh.
Papasan's is my
Oh,
kryptonite.
now I'm looking. He ain't got no shoes on. I'd step on his feet.
He's already got it like mapped out how he's gonna hit you before you can get it.
He's doing that. Speaking of Downey Jr., he's doing that thing in Sherlock Holmes where like plays it out in his mind, like he's going to do this
Yeah.
or that way.
Yeah.
If I punch him right in the jaw and then make his eyes water, and I can take a knee out.
I've only been sitting here yawning for an hour and 10 minutes, so clearly I'm at a disadvantage. I'm in his element.
He's lulled you to sleep and he's gonna attack you.
That's how you do it.
That's his superpower. He
I'm like
lulls you to
Herbie.
sleep.
Oh man, all this time we've been searching for Robzilla's superpower. We just discovered it.
Like that's how the movie ends. Like, I've come up with this devious master plan. First, I'm gonna explode the sun.
Done.
Game
Take
over.
them away, Dano.
All right, so we really haven't picked a winner for this category. And the best motion picture, the nominees are The Irishman, Joker, Marriage Story, Knives Out, Avengers Endgame, Uncut Gems, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Now, because we haven't picked this, I'm going to let this go to a mutual maybe vote or something here, or how we decide.
That's a tough one.
It really is.
Yeah.
So, Robzilla.
I'm going to go Avengers Endgame. It's just the tying up with all the other Marvel movies. It's just the one epic movie. It's a hard choice to go with, but I'm going to go with Marvel's, Endgame, Avengers.
If I have to pick out of what I've seen and out of what I feel, I got to say Joker.
Joker?
Yeah. I got to say Joker.
Okay.
If I'm picking, because it's been the year of the class warfare. Excuse me, the year of the class warfare movie with Joker and Parasite, and I got to pick Joker. I really do.
Okay. Hot Sauce.
I don't want to do this.
He's going to pick Joker, and I'm going to have to say, fuck you, go home.
I don't want to do this. I think when they first came out and we watched them, I said Joker was my movie of the year. And then I think I may have revised it and said it was Irishman. To pick the winner of the best picture, though, I'm going to have to say Avengers Endgame.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just because, to not piggyback on that fuck. That's why dude, you don't understand what's going through my fucking mind when he says that. I'm like, God damn it.
I got to go with what
said,
Bob
"Fuck."
said.
Fuck my life.
It's not really fair to do that, but it brings 10 years of movies together. It closes it out. It ends it. And it wasn't.
And it was the movie that everyone wanted to see this year.
And even as a standalone movie, obviously the fucks didn't sit next to us when we first saw it, didn't know what the fuck was going on. They still enjoyed it.
Is that the Flash?
Yeah, you didn't have to watch the last 10 years of movies to be able to watch that movie and get involved in that story.
Yeah.
I even said, I think when they
you're-
came out, that those two, what was the first one? First Avengers
Infinity War.
Infinity War.
Yeah.
Infinity War and Endgame were just two really good sci-fi movies, if nothing else.
Yeah.
And like you said, I was actually eyeballing that one, I'm not going to lie, because I
As
agree.
soon as he said it, man, I'm going, God damn. He goes, and it just really brought everything together. I'm like, the one fucking time out of the last 87 fucking episodes I've recorded over here, this motherfucker says something that makes sense, and I got to agree with it.
Rob just killed. And it's funny. I haven't given my vote yet, and it's not going to be the Joker.
Yeah.
But I was going back and forth between Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and The Irishman. But you guys have swung my vote
Wow.
to Avengers Endgame because it was like the most anticipated movie of the year. It fucking delivered. And like you guys said, it just brought a decade worth of movies together. And at what other point in the history of cinema is this going to happen again, maybe? Or has it ever happened?
Yeah.
And it's really something special. And like I said, we wanted to be different from the other award shows at some point. And I think we just crossed that bridge.
And I hate myself. I absolutely fucking cannot live with
That's the
myself now.
definition right there of the Sleazy Awards. I
Yeah.
picked this and I hate myself.
Hot Sauce going to leave with his head down tonight.
Yeah, I will.
But,
Absolutely.
it ties everything together. Just like we mentioned with the cue, with the music, when all the Avengers come back, and finally, you finally hear...
On your right.
fuck Falcon,
when
by the way.
Cockeye.
when Captain America sticks his arm out and the hammer comes to him,
Yeah.
Thor says, "I knew it."
Yeah, and finally he says it. Avengers assemble.
There's-
After all that,
There's just so many special moments, and it all ends with "I am Iron Man."
yeah. Oh, that's so good.
wow, I think we just really just got somewhere there.
And you might,
I'm hurt, deeply hurt, deeply fucking hurt.
it was the Russo.
Rob just at a moment with you.
Hot Sauce's head
Like
exploded.
like succubus me or something. Like he just stole the life from me.
He
Like,
took the steam right out of you.
yes, he did,
the
man. Like he
steam.
just pulled my life force right out of my body.
Rob just jumped on you, and he's just like, oh, let's torture him. The steam is
just fucking
So much
wrecked
better
me.
when he's in pain.
When you watch Dr. Sleep, you'll get that joke.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Because they're torturing Ewan McGregor at one point, and they're like, what do they say? Like, fear makes the steam better.
Right.
She's sucking steam out of his mouth, and she's like, oh my God, it's so good.
Much in there. No, but I mean, that's the kind of movie that's not going to win the Academy Award for Best Picture. But the Russo brothers directed it well. It was well made. The CGI was good. The score was good. The acting was good. The story building up to it, the characers.
Nothing about it was cheesy. Nothing about it was
No.
corny. The humor wasn't
it
over
wasn't
the
cheap.
top.
It
Yeah.
was all the beats for the most part had been earned over 10 years and 20
It was a
movies.
phenomenal movie. And I think when you go to the movies, if you go through every type of emotion that's possible, that's a good movie.
Yeah.
And that movie, you went through every type of emotion probably that you can experience.
And it's a movie for people who like going to the movies. There's not, Quentin Tarantino's got his fans, Scorsese's got his fans, but that was a movie for people who have been on this ride.
Wow, Rob, I'm proud of you, buddy.
Thank
Look
you
at
so
that.
much. Thank you.
We might have to rescind your shittiest producer.
fuck that. That's one goddamn redeeming moment in a fucking lifetime of disappointment.
Just hearing Hot Sauce, what he just said, that's fine.
You need to write that on a plaque and give it to him. Or
Yeah.
something.
Like a quote plaque, like one redeeming moment in a lifetime of regret and disappointment.
Rob he smoked it at the end there, man.
Yes, he did.
He was the guy that gets up and gives a speech and saves the world from being nuked.
he just picked that movie because it's the only one he remembered.
No.
Probably. Probably.
No,
Probably.
if you didn't have Marvel's Endgame in there, I would probably go with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That between that and Knives Out to me. But
I feel like, there's when you pick an Oscar winner, you want to be a little highbrow or something. Like I said, Endgame wouldn't be an Oscar winner. I know, Black Panther was nominated or whatever as Best Picture the other year.
Yeah.
Last year, I think.
It's a shame that Endgame wasn't nominated.
Right? I mean,
They didn't even win Best Visual Effects.
really.
that's what's shocking.
How does that not win Best Visual Effects? All the effort that went into that movie, it's all visual effects.
What do you think the Russo brothers are like? You know what? Fuck them.
They got fucked big time.
If I was them, fuck those guys.
I bet they'll be up for, because they have their pick to do anything they want now.
Oh, absolutely. They
I
can do whatever they want.
guarantee you they'll be up for some kind of Best Picture or something, Best Directors eventually.
All right. Well,
That was a good close, Rob. Good close.
yeah, that's a perfect close
Hot
to.
Sauce made it better.
We struggled because we're off our normal formula, as far as how we click with how we talk to each other on a normal show. But I think we made it through, and we got a nice shining moment there at the end. And
And that came through when we talked about our best list.
Yeah.
'Cause we all talked about Avengers, and I think maybe it's kind of gotten forgotten a little bit just because it seems so long ago already.
Yeah.
But
And just so many films have came out too that's really, really good.
Right.
And when you think of the Oscars, highbrow, not a comic book movie.
Right.
And I think that's what it gets seen by. It's a comic book movie, but you have to realize there's a great actors and great time to go into this.
It's a
And
story,
It's
it's a
10
story.
years. Yeah. It's not appreciated.
if that's not what movies are about, good stories, then I don't know what to tell you.
yeah. Well, this is the end of the first ever Sleazys. And thank you guys for participating. I think you all gave some great awards. And is there another award you want to give real quick, Rob?
No.
Would you like
man,
to?
I can't do this shit again. I cannot deal with him giving me something good. Don't do it.
Would you like to
Rob
give out?
is
Would you
done.
like to give out the address that Scarlett Johansson can come collect all the awards? For
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I just want to give a war out to all of our fans for, being on this ride with us and,
look
listening
at
and
this.
everything. And
He's a sweet
being
guy.
there for
Get,
us, so.
get the cue music. Play them off. Play them off.
Get that fucker off the stage ASAP.
Yeah. But that's the end of the show, and we'll be back next week. And it's funny. I got a message last night, and they were like, "Why didn't you wait to the 100th episode to do the Sleazies?" And it's like, because it's award season.
Yeah.
All the awards are done. We're gonna do this now, and we're gonna do something. I don't know what it may be or what it'll be for the 100th, but we'll do something. We'll throw a retirement party for Hot Sauce.
I think like we need to be like in a one of those series where they reset the cast after 100 episodes. So Hot Sauce retires. We'll kill Rob.
Yep.
We should
I
just
thought
go.
you'd be the first to go. I thought he was setting himself. After 100 episodes, I can go. You can get someone to replace me
Yeah.
if you want.
We should just go into like a restaurant and do it live and like tell them we have like we've got thousands of listeners and this will be great for your restaurant.
Right.
And we'll have like people interact with us and bring us shots and stuff. Not that Kyle would. Well, you'd do a couple shots probably.
Sure, why not?
But
They'll be free. He's going to do a couple. Yeah.
see, and then I'll have to be the one to be like, well, I can't do any because I got to drive Rob.
And be like, oh, it's okay. I'll drive you.
All right, that's the end of the episode, though. Stay tuned next week, and if you like the Sleazies, if you didn't agree with us, let us know. Either way, if you thought what Best Picture should have been, let us know, and we'll be glad to argue with you.
Please argue with us about shittiest producer of the year, please.
Yes,
Somebody
find
stand-
us
there's-
another producer that's more
Somebody
shittier.
stand up for Rob.
Yeah.
Somebody, it'll be some old lady like, you leave Robert alone.
that little boy.
I can't wait to do, because I've got a lot of photoshopping to do the next couple days. But the shittiest producer Instagram photo that I'm going to have to do, like the photo I'm going to have to find of Rob smiling.
Rob, do you have any grandmas left alive?
No, they're dead.
Oh, that'd be like that. That's who we need to call in. We need somebody's grandmother out there calling in and save Robzilla. Like, you leave that little boy alone. Have a peppermint.
just a sweet,
have a
sweet
peppermint
boy.
candy, Robzilla.
Butterscotch.
Butterscotch.
Yeah, butterscotch. That's the old
Werther's.
lady candy right there.
Werther's.
Yeah.
Werther's.
Werther's. Yeah.
Werther's was the shit, man. All right, so that's all we have for you. And as always, I guess you guys want me to say this every week. Take it sleazy.
Thanks for listening to the Sleazy Podcast. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and remember, listen to Sleazy.